talking about how he did use steroid use and other stuff, and you see the difference between back then, with him on Arsenio Hall, and with him now. Nowadays, what he looks like now, not so pumped up.
Because that's something I noticed at the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but he didn't look as big as he was.
Yeah, no.
And he looked to be a lot healthier.
None of the guys who
except he looked 10 years older than he was.
None of the guys who used during the 80s and the 90s who took the stuff and stopped taking it afterwards looks the way they do now. You look at Hogan right off the bat, you can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's an interesting point.
Mm-hmm.
Hogan does look a little smaller than he did.
Yeah. And not so much pumped up.
Pump up the juice, dude.
Yeah.
So, Eddie, now that you live in Manassas, have you been keeping up with being creative?
Okay.
Before you ask that question,
as far as pro wrestling goes, I don't follow it much anymore. Because,
the communist.
No, you know what it is? I'm old school. I like the old stuff. Yes, I know how it turns out because I've seen it before. But the point is, I like the old stuff. You can't. Everybody's nuts about Daniel Bryan and everything, but
the new WWE
Daniel Bryan,
heavyweight champion.
Okay. And then you can talk about someone like Don Morocco back when. It's not.
How many people in our audience actually remember the great, magnificent Morocco?
See, he
the
knows.
director's got his hand raised over here.
Everybody remembers Morocco.
So from Sunset Beach, Hawaii. Yeah, that's my boy. Loved him with the Asiatic spike. Right there. Oh. Yeah, that was great stuff. But creativity, well, I went through a little lapse. When I got there, it was like first I had to get my feet on the ground. So I got myself a little job at Walmart doing my thing there, and I work in the electronics department. So I'm still dealing with technology.
Dealing with people too.
Yeah. So now the other thing is like, okay,
and that's a surprise. That's what he hated, people.
I do. I'm a sociopath. It's true. It's not a lie to say that, and I'm not ashamed to say that. And all my other sociopaths out there, hey, we're in on this, man. Very quick shout outs to my friends out there. All my Facebook homies, and y'all know who you are, but specifically some of my very favorite people in the whole wide world. My boy John Van from Chicago, my co-writer for the RWL, Matt Clark. RWL. That's the only connection I have to wrestling anymore. I run a virtual wrestling league on Facebook. That's it.
The greatest matches that never happened, right?
The greatest
that's sort of like the
never
fantasy
was.
warfare.
Like how we did
it is fantasy warfare. I created a set of characters. Matt Clark and I.
He's even got me on the show, folks.
He's been there. Yeah, he's still there. Mm-hmm. Craig's there. Guy's there. Guy's a member of a tag team called the Originals, and so I love doing that because that's how I keep connected to the business on my own level. Me and Matt do it sort of like an old school kind of thing. We do it the way they did it back in the 70s and 80s. And
like how we did it on our first show.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So that's what I do as far as the wrestling thing goes. But I said, you know what, I need to do other stuff. I stay loosely connected. I have some friends that are involved in the wrestling in Virginia. Principally, one of my favorites is, you remember Gremlina from Glow, right?
Of course.
She's a friend of mine. And Gremlina.
I don't remember
from Glow.
I don't remember her.
Yeah, well, she's a friend of mine on Facebook. Yeah, and she works with a company out there called Virginia Championship Wrestling. And I thought about maybe going out there and talking to them about, maybe using me as a manager or something. But
that brings up another interesting question. Is that a promotion run by Rick O'Brien?
It might be. I think I've seen his name passed around a couple of times. I'm pretty sure.
I remember when he had his promotion here.
Yeah.
He pulled up stakes and went to Virginia. He had, what was it, RCW, Richmond Championship
Yeah,
Wrestling.
It's cheaper to run a promotion down there than it is here, that's for sure.
Well, I've gotten that impression.
But yeah, so my involvement in the wrestling thing is very small. I don't do it much anymore. Now my thing is branched out into, I run a YouTube channel called Der Gunswald. That's no spaces, DERGUNZWALD. It's German for the world of guns. So, and on there you'll find stuff from the RWL Wrestling League, some videos I put together while I was living down there, and some
weird and unusual videos.
Yes, they are.
So,
I admit that openly.
There's something I'd like to touch on. You know, Mr. Guns' attempt at going after the IBWA World Title when Hector Boza had it.
The paper sham.
Yeah.
The paper sham.
You remember some of that stuff, don't you?
Yeah, I remember it. I remember.
We had a lot of promotions that we did
we
on
pushed him
ringside.
through the roof, and what happens? Hector gets hurt twice in training. He gives himself a concussion doing a backfall.
Yeah, but if everyone here remembers Wilson,
that's what we're talking about.
He's starting his school up again.
I remember you mentioning that about a month or so ago. He's not starting it up in the same place, though, right?
He might, but he's not sure yet.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a classic case of yeah. Well, that's interesting.
He asks me about you all the time and how's your show going? Because I think he said to me he wanted to talk to you about something.
Well, next time you talk to him, give him my phone number and tell him to call me.
Listen, I want to
You
borrow
got
one of
his
those
phone number, right?
No, I don't have it no more.
Well, Mel Bell.
And how would you talk to him? Just on Facebook?
No, he works at Mets at the supermarket where I go shopping.
There you go.
Up by your house?
Yeah. He works in the deli section, you know, where they cut meat.
Yeah, well, I know what a deli section
Not
is.
quad meat, but
cut
meat.
That kind of meat thing.
The Met up by where is that Met?
On Victory Boulevard Manor.
Oh, well, we could always drop by there sometime. I'll give him my phone number.
Okay. Sometime later we will do
But
that.
check it out. I'd like to ask somebody here a question.
Hold on.
Okay.
Me.
So what's it like hosting a show
Oh.
without me being over there, without my input or anything, and you got to do it on your own? What is that like?
Well,
man?
you know, mainly now I'm the one that's head of charge of keeping this man in time schedule.
Well,
which is still a hassle to do.
It's not that bad.
It is that bad.
What he's asking you is simply,
how
do you feel being a host of a show?
Oh,
is it fun? Is it?
Let's say
it hasn't changed.
For the
it hasn't changed from
the couple of months that he did it for my show. He did a real good job. He managed to keep his head under pressure.
Well,
with all the stuff going on.
Not that head thing.
He managed to keep a firm grip on
reality.
his marbles.
Well, that too.
And I think he did a great job.
Yeah, well, with the...
But then Vito screwed things up, and I had to come back out of my vacation time.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that later. But with the advice and, well, my of course, with my first producer and, manager of doing the show ringside, he gave me a lot of advice, a lot of enthusiasm to, do the show with him. Well, actually with somebody else, which we don't mention his name, but he was the one that, really got me involved with the show, and, bringing up ideas and other stuff.
Yeah,
of course.
And that's something
and that's
you brought
how,
to my show.
Yeah, and that's where my craziness started up on his show now.
And we actually use some of his stuff.
Yeah, craziness, yeah.
No, if it's something that would actually fit within the parameters of Beyond the Square Circle, we'll use it.
So here's
which was his idea.
That's like my interest in the wrestling world has really gone downhill because, well, it's just not the same anymore. I mean, kayfabe has been completely broken.
Kayfabe? What's that?
You know what that is.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
they
you
don't
remember
do that
that
anymore,
exactly.
do they?
The drama deal.
No, kayfabe
nowadays everybody got a cell phone, got a tablet. They're at the events with their smartphones and everything. It's like the magic is gone, man. The mystery is gone. The wonder of it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just it's not the same anymore. It's
too much
a shadow. It's a shadow of itself.
Okay, then we ask the question: what do you think of Daniel Bryan as the new WWE World Champion?
I don't like or dislike. I'm just like it's there.
In other words, he has no idea what's been going on. That's terrible.
Triple H is trying to take the belt away from him.
Yeah.
He can't, and he knows that he can't strip it. So the only way to get it
putting a target on his back.
By wrestling him to get the belts away.
Well, there's only one problem with that. You saw what happened to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And
he
on Monday
kicked
Night
the living
Raw,
hell out of Triple H. Then he went on to win the main event.
And also don't forget with Monday Night Raw when he painted the target on his back to go against him, the Shield interfered. So
yeah, the only thing
Shield interfered. You just said something good.
The Shield,
they are. I don't.
Behalf.
I'm not crazy about the way things are run now, but the Shield, you can't deny they're popular.
No.
You know,
They've been,
They like
they
them
are
as a
hot.
group.
yeah.
Yeah.
They are hot.
And I'm surprised that the Shield came.
Daniel Bryan's
you know,
back, yeah.
You know what the problem with the Shield was? When they came in as heels, their justice was completely screwed up.
Mm.
They saw what Hunter, Kane, and Stephanie are doing, and they realized they got to try and stop them.
Yeah, because
Which is going to really bug the hell out of Hunter.
yeah, a whole lot of people.
Eddie, I heard through the grapevine you brought something special with you.
I brought some goodies, yeah. What I've been doing is in my spare time when I'm not working at Walmart. Not ashamed to say that.
What is
name.
this, a plug for Walmart
No,
over
it
here?
isn't. No, it isn't.
No.
It is
He
not.
said that
It
name,
is
what,
not.
40
It is
times
not.
already?
It is not. It's where I work. That's all.
Yeah. Anything we said.
If you had a job, you could tell me where you work.
Yeah.
How do you know I don't have a job?
If you had a job,
How do you
your
know
job
I
is
do?
here doing this
How do you know
thing.
what-
You can mention something, but you can't advertise. You can't.
No, I know, but he's actually mentioning Walmart like
yeah,
it's
but
a
that's not
terrible place
advertising.
in the
that's
world.
not
Wally
advertising.
World.
Wally World.
Wally
Thank you.
World. Okay. But
Okay.
yeah, when I'm not doing that, I've been recording some music. I met a guy down there who produces some music, and he's a rock producer primarily during the 80s and 90s. His name is Ron Parcells, very nice fella. And we got to talking over drinks one night, and we were just like, he found out I was into the whole punk rock thing from back when I was doing that during the 80s. And we got together and we decided, let's try to, record some stuff. And we did. And some of the stuff has video and some of it does not, but
Yeah, one particular.
yeah, there's a couple of them. Specifically, what he's talking about is there's an old, during World War II, the band Spike Jones and his City Slickers did an anti-Nazi song called Der Fuhrer's Face.
I have that on my phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we re-recorded that as a punk song. And it has a music video.
And a couple of light years.
And it's on there on that drive out there somewhere, Jamie. It's somewhere on that machine.
This I gotta see.
I'm hoping you don't have to get Kenny to tell you where it is.
This I definitely have to see.
Listed as Eddie Guns and the AKs.
The AKs?
Yeah.
I like that.
That's
Okay,
the brand name we came up with.
We should have called them the AK-47s.
So, Eddie, would you want to do the introduction?
There is no setup. It's just
Okay.
Throw it in their
take
face.
It away.
Throw it in their face. Yeah.
Roll that beautiful
bean footage.
bean footage. Oy. Now,
All you abominables out there, you know who you are.
Okay, yeah.